My husband told me he regrets marrying me, saying, "You're too old for me now." I laughed. Good luck affording your lifestyle without me. The next day, his new girlfriend realized he was broke because I had frozen every account. I had been married to Connor for 17 years. 17 years of shared memories, laughter, struggles, and sacrifices. I thought we had built something solid, something real. Sure, we had our ups and downs, but who didn't? We had history, routines, inside jokes. He was the man who used to trace circles on my back when I had trouble sleeping, the man who cried when I walked down the aisle, the man who once swore up and down that no one in the world could ever replace me. And yet, here we were, on an ordinary Tuesday night, sitting across from each other at the dinner table, when he casually set fire to our entire marriage with just a few words. "I regret marrying you. You're too old for me now." For a second, I actually thought I misheard him. I looked up from my plate, my fork frozen halfway to my mouth. The TV was on in the background, some crime drama playing, and the sound of distant sirens filled the air. Maybe he had been talking about something else, and I just caught the words wrong. But no, he was still sitting there, cutting into his salmon like he hadn't just ripped my heart out and stomped on it. I let out a breathy chuckle, feeling something inside me crack. Not break, not yet, but crack like glass under pressure. "I'm sorry, what?" Connor didn't even look up. He reached for his wine, took a sip, and repeated, "I regret marrying you. I feel like I settled too early. You're just not what I want anymore." Just like that. Like it was nothing. Like 17 years of my life meant nothing. I didn't even feel sadness at first. Just shock. Then, amusement. I let out a sharp laugh, shaking my head. "Well, Connor," I said, setting my fork down. "Good luck affording your lifestyle without me." That got his attention. His eyes flicked up to meet mine, brows slightly furrowed, like he wasn't sure if he had heard me correctly. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, he really didn't know. I leaned back in my chair, crossing my arms. "You've been coasting on my money for years, babe. I pay the mortgage. I cover the bills. I own your car. That gym membership you flash around. On my card. The joint accounts? Well, they're not exactly joint anymore." His jaw clenched. "That's bullcrap." I smirked, savoring the moment. "Check for yourself." Connor shoved his chair back so hard it scraped against the floor. He stalked off to his office, muttering under his breath, and I stayed at the table, calmly finishing my wine. A minute later, I heard him cursing. Another minute, and he was stomping back into the dining room, face red with frustration. "You locked me out of our accounts?" I tilted my head, feigning confusion. "Our accounts?" I repeated. "No, honey. My accounts. You said it yourself. You regret marrying me. So I figured, why should you keep living off me if you don't even want to be here?" His nostrils flared. "You can't do this." I shrugged, taking another sip of wine. I already did. The silence stretched between us, thick and heavy. Then his phone rang. Connor yanked it out of his pocket, answering without looking. "Hey, baby." I raised an eyebrow. Wow, he wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. Then, from the other end of the line, a shrill female voice screeched. "What the HLL, Connor? Your card got declined at breakfast." I had to bite my lip to keep from laughing. Connor turned away from me, lowering his voice. "Jade, relax, it's just a mistake. I'll fix it." Jade. Of course, her name was Jade. I had found out about her months ago. 26, platinum blonde, worked at some yoga studio, and probably thought she had landed herself a wealthy older man. He kept whispering into the phone, making empty promises, but she wasn't having it. "Are you broke?" she shrieked. "You told me you were taking care of everything." He stiffened, his entire body going rigid. I leaned back in my chair and sighed dramatically. "Looks like your little girlfriend just realized she's been dating a fraud." Connor shot me an amorderous look before hissing into the phone. "I'll call you back." He hung up and rounded on me, onto the desk in front of him. "This," I said, tapping the folder, "is a fair divorce settlement. You walk away with exactly what you came into this marriage with. No spousal support, no claim to my assets, and no further drama. In exchange, I don't air out your dirty laundry to your boss, your family, or anyone else who might find it interesting." His eyes darted to the folder, then back to me. "You're blackmailing me." "No, Connor. I'm protecting myself. You are the one who thought you could trade me in for someone younger while still enjoying all the benefits of my hard work. That's not how life works." He clenched his jaw. "And if I don't sign?" I smirked. "Then I make things very, very public." Adam's apple bobbed as he swallowed. He knew I wasn't bluffing. I had copies of everything. The texts, the bank statements, even the receipts from the fancy hotel he had taken Jade to on our anniversary weekend. If I wanted, I could send it all to his employer and get him fired. Or to his mother, who would be horrified to learn that her perfect son was a cheating, broken mess. He had no leverage, no power. For the first time in years, I was the one holding all the cards. Connor exhaled sharply and yanked the folder open, flipping through the pages. His face twisted with every clause, every stipulation. His pride was clearly wounded, but at this point, he had no fight left in him. Fine, he muttered. I'll sign. I handed him a pen, and he scrawled his name on the last page with a sharp, angry flourish. Pleasure doing business with you, I said, taking the documents and neatly tucking them back into the folder. Connor scoffed. You really think you won, huh? I tilted my head. Oh, I know I did. He rolled his eyes, but there was no fire left in him. Just exhaustion. Defeat. So, where the HLL am I supposed to go? He muttered, rubbing his temples. I shrugged. Not my problem. Maybe Jade will take you back. Oh, wait. I gave him a mock sympathetic smile. She already dumped you. His face darkened, but he didn't argue. I walked past him, heading toward the front door, and pulled out a small set of keys from my pocket. Oh, and one more thing, I said, tossing them onto the counter. Connor frowned. What's this? The keys to your car. His eyes flicked up in confusion. You said you had it repossessed. I was going to, but then I figured. It's the only thing you actually paid for yourself. So consider it my parting gift. For a moment, he just stared at me, like he was waiting for the catch. Don't get too excited, I added. You're still going to need to figure out how to afford gas. A bitter laugh escaped him. You're really enjoying this, huh? I picked up my wine glass and swirled the deep red liquid. More than you'll ever know. Connor grabbed the keys and stormed out without another word. I watched from the window as he got into his car and slammed the door. He sat there for a moment, gripping the steering wheel, before finally peeling out of the driveway. And just like that, he was gone. For the first time in 17 years, I was alone. And it felt amazing. I was sitting on the balcony of my new apartment in Miami, overlooking the ocean, a glass of champagne in hand. The sun was setting, casting golden hues over the waves, and I breathed in the salty air, letting the breeze tangle in my hair. Everything was different now. After Connor left, I sold the house. I didn't need all that space anymore, and truthfully, it held too many memories I didn't want. The money from the sale gave me the perfect opportunity to start over somewhere fresh. And I was thriving. No more financial dead weight. No more emotional exhaustion. No more pretending I was happy in a marriage that had been dead long before Connor ever admitted it. I had won. And as I scrolled through Instagram, I found proof of just how hard Connor had lost. His account was gone, deleted, probably out of embarrassment. But Jade? Oh, she was still there. Her latest post had me grinning ear to ear, a mirror selfie with the caption, "Lesson learned. Never trust a man who still lives off his ex-wife." Faced with tears of joy triangular flag, I let out a delighted laugh, raising my glass in a silent toast to my past self. She had been through HLL, but she had come out on top. And as I watched the sun dip below the horizon, I knew the best was yet to come.